What's up, guys? Welcome to Comedic Calisthenics. I am your host, comedian Josh Ward at Josh Ward Comedy. And this is my co-host,
comedian Devon Simmons at End All Doubt.
What's goody, guys? Welcome back to another installment where we inform, entertain, and inspire. Comedic Calisthenics is a show run by comedians. We talk about everything comedy, so it's gonna be a lot of information, a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. We getting into it. What's good, bro?
What's good, bro?
Oh my gosh, it's been a minute.
It's been a break, bro. It's been a break. Yeah. It's good to see you, bro.
Yeah. We've been trying to make schedules work and get together and do this, and we finally got here, so I'm excited about it, man. What's new with you, man?
I'm good, fam. Just came off, Turkey Day.
Hey.
I hope everybody had a good holiday, all that good stuff.
Happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays all around.
I hope you had a good one, bro.
It was good, man.
That's what's up,
all
man.
family, all love, so you know how that goes. That's
Yes,
good
sir.
vibes all around.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But we back at it like we never left. We are comedians, and we're going on a great comedian journey. And we trying to inform y'all about our journey along the way. So
Yes, sir.
this guy been out here doing some things, so let's catch up. Let's catch up a bit. First of all, you been doing your shows lately?
New shows. Actually, I had a mean run in October. Last show I did was probably around top of the month. The next show I have, let me go ahead and pull that up for the people.
We got our drinks on deck. It's the season. Thanksgiving is over, so it's eggnog time in full effect out here.
I appreciate you, bro. Keep buying me time, bro.
I'm here for it.
So the next show I got is 7 Black Minutes. Show that's going to be in Silver Spring, Maryland on January 14th. That's going to be at 7:30. Some fire comedians on there. It's actually at a theater, so I'm hype about that, bro.
Hey, that's what's up.
First theater performance for me, but if y'all want more information, definitely hit me up. End All Doubt. It's going to be a fire show.
Hey, that's what's up, man.
I appreciate that.
Looking forward to that. Catch me at whatever mic you catch me at. I'm doing a whole lot of virtual stuff right now, more than in person, but I am getting out hitting mics. I actually hit a mic last week. It was the only one. And Thanksgiving coming up, I was like, I got to get some time in.
Yeah.
So I hit a mic, but I didn't hit so here's the thing.
What you hit?
I'm getting there.
You got a story.
Yeah, of course. That's what we're here for.
Good.
So yeah, in Richmond, there was a lot of new mics popping up and a lot of stuff happening.
That's
the
true.
Comedy scene in Richmond is buzzing right now.
That's very true.
It's a place to come through and work your chops out and get some great scenes going. But it was a night where I knew everybody was going to be in certain places, and I chose not to go to those places.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on purpose. And
Okay.
so I went to a spot that was kind of low key, and the mic was open, and I'm the only comedian that showed up. No other comedian signed up.
Oh, was it like the open mic for like if you just want to perform kind of thing?
Yeah, it was a
all
mic.
that?
Yeah. No, there's not music and all that. It was a mic.
Oh, word.
Yeah, it was a genuine
Okay.
mic.
Damn.
I'm intentionally not saying, but
I follow.
yeah, it was a genuine mic. So I went to a mic. Nobody showed up but me and the host. So the host gets up. He does like 10 minutes, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna let you cook, bro. Go for it." So since I was the only one, got introduced as the headliner. Not the headliner for real, but hey, if I'm the only one there, I'm the headliner.
Take it, bro.
So I took it. I took that moment,
credits,
bro.
bro.
Took
Take your
that
credits.
moment, bro. And I cooked, man. I cooked for like 20 minutes. It was so good. There was no comedians in the house. Good audience, maybe like 25 people in the job.
Word.
Good little audience, bro.
That's
It was
a free show, bro.
I enjoyed it. So it was a great experience to be in that pressure-free zone, and it's not have all comedians in the audience, actually have a crowd, and nobody had heard my stuff, so I was able to rock out, and we rocked. It was a good time.
Shouts out to you,
It was
bro.
a good time.
Shouts out
man.
to
So
you, bro.
yeah, I was proud of myself, man. I was like, you can get up here and suck. And be the only nigga they saw. They'll never forget the only nigga they saw. Like, you can't even convolute the sucking with some other sucking, you know what I mean? Maybe he was worse than me. No, you were it, nigga. So if you suck this night, nigga, they all gonna remember you sucked.
After every punchline, he was like, "Josh, we're comedy." Go ahead and add that, Josh.
Straight
we're
up.
comedy. I ain't
You
mad
know,
at
I
you,
was the
bro.
only chocolate man in the room, so I stood out, but it was good. It was a vibe.
I got to hear about this.
Yeah, it was a vibe. So it was crazy though, man, because some of the audience was a little quirky.
A word.
Yeah.
What went down?
Oh my God. So there was this lady, her name was Big Dick Megan. I met Big Dick Megan, man.
Shouts out to Big Dick Megan.
Yo, she swears she gonna be famous one day, so she was just making sure everybody knew who she was and didn't
I ain't
forget
mad
her,
at
bro.
it. I ain't mad at it.
And Megan came in there with half her face painted red and the other half like black. She was like super Satan worshiper.
I'm rocking with it. Okay.
She was sharing her stories of how she had sex with chickens.
Maybe that's how she got the name.
Nah, that's not how. So apparently she made her, she got locked up. And she made her jailer and the guy who, whatever the guy was, name of the prison.
Yeah.
She made him her bitch. And that's how she got the name of Big Dick Megan. I don't know what was going on in this lady's life, but it was crazy.
Sounds like she earned her stripes.
Listen, I was like, yeah, it was crazy, but it made for great material.
I bet.
You better believe the crowd work was hilarious. I opened up going on Big Dick
Why
Megan.
not? That's 5-7 minutes.
Yeah, it's right there. So,
Yeah.
But it was a good time though. It was all good time.
Was she rocking with it? Was she having a good time, good spirits?
Yeah, no, she got kicked out. There's more to this story. Every question you ask, it just digs a deeper hole. We're going to go down the rabbit hole.
That's that BD energy. That's what happens, bro. That's what happens, bro.
Stupid.
Man.
So yeah, man. Megan was in there tripping and wilding, bro. They had to put her out. Like she was yelling about worshiping Satan and pork and chickens, and she also didn't have an ID. So that was their reason to get rid of her, and she would not leave.
All right.
They told her she had to go. She would not leave. So I had to end up like escorting Megan out a little bit. Like,
during the set?
No. This is before my set, actually.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I had all this material when I went up. But all this happened before.
That's beautiful then.
Oh my God.
Now ain't nobody interrupting you.
No.
You can relax the crowd a little bit.
And we all experienced some part of Big Dick Megan. So it was everyone was on the same page for the most part.
Pause. Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, I experienced it. It was rough.
Oh my.
So yeah, she got put out. We got rid of her and stuff, man. But she held me outside hostage for like 15 minutes, telling me crazy stories and stuff. But yeah, the bartenders, they poured me free drinks because of it. So I took some bullets for the team, and they looked out for
That's
me.
a W.
Shout out.
That's a W.
So yeah, man, but it was an interesting show. It was great, man. The energy was good in the room. You can't piss on the one comedian you got, so you might as well. And the host didn't, he didn't throw a damper on things. He worked a little stuff. He worked a few things out, tried some new stuff here and there. But yeah, when he felt like it was going down, he got 2 non-punches landing in a row. And he was like, all right, I'm going to get out y'all way. Let's just make some room. I was like, I appreciate that. Don't sully the room for me. So it was cool though. It was good. So
Sully.
Facts. So, but you went out. You got a little show. You had a performance recently. Tell us about this. I've been waiting to hear, but we don't talk about this stuff beforehand. So I'm hearing it with y'all.
Some stuff just for the show. So, my wife just turned 40. Shouts out to my wife.
Shout out to her. Tell her I said.
You know I got you. So for her birthday, we decided to take a trip out to San Diego. First off, bro, if you haven't been, go, dog. Like,
I want to go to the West Coast.
Such a vibe, bro. Like,
been.
I had such a good time. The people were dope. Never ran into any static. The energy was high. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's good vibes.
You know what I mean? Good vibes all around, right? Yeah. So fast forward, right? One night, I'm like, all right, I want to go hit open mic. It wasn't a show. I just wanted to hit open mic, right? Madhouse Comedy. Shout out to them.
Madhouse Comedy where?
In San Diego.
I mean, give me the.
At Madhouse Comedy on the gram.
Okay, Madhouse Comedy in San Diego, California.
So, host extraordinaire. So, we I pull up to the mic because they got it posted on the website what days they got the mic. I didn't realize before I got there though that the way they do their open mics is they post the flyer for the open mic on Sunday, and everybody that's a comedian comments what days they want to go up so that they could get put on the list.
Oh.
Right? So I'm there. I pull up early. Cause like I already know the game, like I'm in a new city, way bigger city, you know what I mean? So I'm like, let me see what the vibe is. Bro, they put the comedy list up of like all the comedians. They had like a clipboard, bro. It felt like JV football team kind of shit. They put the clipboard.
See if you made the cut?
Bro, it was 63 comics on the board, bro.
Yeesh.
63 comics. And remember, I ain't know about the sign up stuff. So I'm just adding my name to the joint. I holler at the host, tell him I'm from out of town real quick, and he was like, all right, bro, I'm going to get you where I get you. But I had my wife with me. I'm like, yo, we might just be here. Like, this just might be what it is.
Right.
Bro, I guess somebody didn't show like around 9 or 10, and bro put me up. We got 3 minutes. I cooked. I cooked. Like, it felt good. You know what I mean? Yeah. First off, it felt good to have your stuff work outside of your locality. You know what I mean? So that was tough. Yeah. And then so I cooked. I get off stage. One of the homies that I was sitting with was like, "Hey, bro, I got a showcase on Saturday. I want to put you on," kind of stuff. It was my wife's birthday, so we already had all these like plans and stuff, so I couldn't rock with it. But it was dope to like feel the love and feel like, all right, like I'm out here cooking, doing my thing. Yeah. So couldn't do the showcase on Saturday. Shouts out to bro that offered it, but yeah, it made me feel good. Like the way I thought about it was like, look, if I only had like 2.5 million in the bank, I'd move out there. Word. Bro, I pulled up Zillow. I could not find a house less than $600K, bro. Just. Rent was like $3,400. You know what I mean, bro? Like you pay for that experience. Yeah. But I had an amazing time. San Diego was so tough, and the people was dope. They was rocking with the kids, so it felt good. Yeah,
that's what's up, man. They show love. They introduce and let you know, yeah, he's from out of town.
All that.
From Virginia. Yeah, okay. All that. And sight of the scene, jumped up that jump and ate. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Boy.
Low key ran the fuck out the light. Like I did 4.
You did like 4?
I did 4.
That ain't bad. 3 is hard, but it's a lot of people.
Bro, let me cook. Like, shout out to the host once again. Bro, let me cook. He ain't even say nothing after I ran. You know, sometimes they be like, chop you down so the other comedians know. Yeah. He didn't say nothing. He was just like, bro, I really appreciate you coming out. Like, that was tough, bro. Like, I was like,
yeah, they don't even crap on the dude that made it a show, because the people who came enjoy themselves based on the talent that shows up. So if somebody come through and have a moment like that, hey, that makes his room, they be like, yo, his room got some legit, you know what I'm saying? People come through like straight up. Bro. Yeah, straight up. So, yeah, I would have been, I'd have let you go another one. I'd have given him 5. One of the guys I know who a sucker, you gonna get cut short tonight, nigga. You done came here and bombed 6 weeks in a row.
A sucker, bro.
Hey, you done came and bombed 6 weeks in a row, bro. I'm gonna make room for this.
Somebody Uncle Pharrell, you a sucker. With them corny jokes. He's a sucker.
You've been a sucker all your life.
Nah, it was tough, though. It was tough.
That's what's up, bro. I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you, bro.
I'm proud of you, bro. I really am. I'll let it be known. I'm proud of you, man, because that's a big moment. You know, it's like you got to, am I really legit funny? Like, is this going to rock with these people and get up there and let your vibe and energy show? But on the other hand, it's like, oh, I'm about to wreck. Like, it's always this double thing that goes on where it's like
this weird mix of humility and ego.
You
gotta have both.
You gotta have both. Don't know none of my 3. And on the other side, 3 minutes, we do 5 regularly. That's minimum. That's true. So for you to get up for 3, I know, Divine. 3 minutes, that's usually the meat.
You the GOAT, bro. I appreciate that.
That boy is a killer, so shit. 3 minutes is nothing for the boy.
I appreciate that.
That's what's up, man. And speaking in that vein, I think it's so important that comedians support other comedians, man. And there's a whole lot to say about that subject and what's going on in the comedy community right now, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to let you start that conversation. Yeah, because that's something you mentioned.
Yeah. You know? I definitely think it's something that like has to happen. You know what I mean? Like the way I look at it is like, it's not just comedians supporting comedians, it's really networking. Like you really gotta like vibe with the people around you, because these are gonna be the same people that put you on and stuff. Just cause like in the way comedy work, like at least from what I've experienced so far, you might not be the funniest, but if people rock with you, you on shows, bro. Right. Like you get in time. You know what I mean? So like it pays to be supportive. If you see somebody that's funny got a show and they tell you, because it's rare in my experience for another comedian to be like, hey, come to my show. But if they do that, bro, go to the show. Yeah. Go rock with them. Go support people that starting new showcases. Go support people that starting new mics. Because like that love that you give out is only going to come back. Facts. You know what I mean? Because you got to build your network of people that rock with you and is going to speak well of you when something go down. How many times have you been booked on a show because somebody that's booked on a show was like, oh, y'all looking for one more? You know what I mean?
It happens.
All the time. So you gotta like actually like support, post the flyers for other people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Tag people on your stuff that you know they're gonna get some hits, get some love. You know what I mean? Like it's a big thing. Like, you really got to cross network.
It does. Yeah. That matters, bro. It's a big deal. And like, even sometimes where like there's a show I plan to go to, because I do this.
Right.
Like, show I plan to go to and something comes up and I know I can't make it, I'll still buy a ticket for the show. You know what I mean?
Love.
Like, there's so many shows that people have in Richmond that I don't go to, but I buy a ticket online just to say, okay, I know it's going to cost y'all money to put this together. So, yeah, let me support. And I like to go and pay, even when comedians get in free. Like, straight up. I'm
not mad at that.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I'm not on the show tonight, and I'm a fan first. I'm a fan first. You hear me? Like, I love being in the room. Yeah. If somebody telling jokes, I love being in the room. Yeah. So just doing the little stuff that you can. If everybody did the little that they could do, it would be so empowering to the whole.
Nah, the dope thing about like actually showing love and supporting other people is it makes the rooms better, right? Like, even if you just hitting mics, like you still at the stage, like when you hitting the mics and shit, like obviously we at, like the vibe in the room is gonna be way better.
People are more apt to laugh at you. People are already looking for you. Oh, okay, he's about to get up. It's about to be legit. You know, you hear certain comedians get up and other comedians like, oh, all right, I'm gonna go listen. You know, I'm gonna go up there.
Facts.
That happens all the time because that kind of connection and camaraderie is there. So true. That's so true, man.
It's important. Like, if y'all watching this and like y'all just starting your journey, like, just be around comedy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you first walk into any type of comedy culture, it's gonna seem cliquish because everybody rocking with each other, but it ain't. You know what I mean? It's they just don't know you yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? So make sure you show out and make sure you show love, because it's only gonna come back. You know what I mean? It's only gonna come back.
I agree. That energy you put it out, man, it matters.
No, that's facts.
So that's what's up, man. So hopefully you guys take heed. Like, listen, it makes all the communities, it makes the culture better, and it makes us better.
Facts.
So that's what's up, man. It's a whole, speaking of the culture and it's been hella specials dropping, yo.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yo.
It's been crazy.
It's been so many great. I've been watching specials like crazy. And, we've been, everybody been anticipating, hearing the GOAT speak recently. If you're a fan and you watch SNL, you already know what time it is. Dave Chappelle was on there week before last, and it was his first time back in a minute. He don't do it. He doesn't do it all. I think he's only done it like 2 or 3 times, right?
I think you might be right.
Yeah, because I only seen 2 of them. Well, I think he was on it back in the day one time or something, but he's on 2 or 3 times.
Okay, cool.
But let's talk about that. I want to get into that, yo, because the monologue at the beginning of the episode of SNL was masterful.
There's no other word for it.
It was massive.
There's no other word for it, bro.
Like, starting from the whole top, I love the fact that he came and did what people didn't think he was going to do a little bit. Like, I don't know, everybody got so polarized in that moment with the whole trans specials, and he did like a whole lot of specials back to back with a lot of the jokes in it, where people were like anticipating him to do something offensive to that degree or something in that vein again. And I'm like, he's way bigger than that. Like, he's bigger than, he don't have, you could say, don't talk about this, that, this, and this. And they can be all the most significant topics in the whole world at that moment. And he still could talk about something for 30 minutes and it'd be interesting and funny as hell.
Nah, that's facts. Like, I can't agree with you more. Masterful is the only word that I can use to describe it. Like, the intricacy of the jokes was insane. Insane. Like, I had to watch it back a couple times.
I've watched it 4 times already.
Bro, just to appreciate the art of it. Like, man, like, hats off, bow down, all that. Like, and the thing I appreciate is that, like, he had a through line to everything, which always relates back to our culture and our people. And I appreciate him holding on to that vein as he tells these jokes, while also, in my opinion, paying tribute to, like, anti-Semitism is obviously wrong. You know what I mean? Like, let's not talk around it, but I still think he talked about it in a way that made you think and made you laugh. And as a comedian, like, what else do you want to do to make people think and make people laugh, bro? Yeah, it was fire.
The way he did. So first of all, let's talk about this callback. The Kanye Chain callback to me.
I knew he was gonna bring it up.
Oh my god. Yo. The Kanye callback was crazy. All right. you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you talk on it first. On
the chain, I think.
No, the callback on the callback.
So I think he brought it up at the top
Mm-hmm.
when he was saying Kanye said that billionaires don't wear their money on their chest, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't wear jewelry,
Right?
And he was like, man, I'm a millionaire. You got my chain on. He
Yeah.
was talking about being
Yeah.
self-conscious about his chain. And then he talked about what happened with Adidas and they took his money away. And it was like, welcome back to the chain.
Yeah. So he did So first of all, the nigga did a Back to the Future callback because he referenced like straight up, bro. This is how it's. I analyze stuff, bro.
Go ahead.
So first of all, he initiated or introduced the callback by going back to his first Drink Champs interview a year ahead of time.
That's true.
When he was free. So his foundation for the callback wasn't even in current time of a joke, but he used a joke from a previous year. Yeah. Then he layered on top of it and talked about his Drink Champs interview down. And he said in the interview, basically, if you haven't watched the monologue, if you have, it's no spoiler now, it's too late. But he basically said that he was talking, like you said, he was talking and billionaires don't wear their money on their body or whatever. Made him put his chain up. And then goes later, Adidas taking his money, pulling the chain out, jump. But then he did like another layer of a callback before he did. It's like 2 parts to that.
Okay, keep going.
Oh my God. So I gave him like 4 points. You get 1 point just for doing a callback.
You give it up points.
Straight up. I was like, I really rate, like I'd be analyzing comedy. I love this stuff, nigga. Like, so I gave him a point just simply for nailing a callback, period. I always give, and if you do a callback in your jump, I give you a point for that.
Okay.
Because it's hard to do.
Okay.
So he got a point for the callback. He got another point for doing the Back to the Futuristic callback. Then he got another point later for the initial alluding to the chain, and then the fourth one when he finally took his chain back out at the end.
Yeah.
He got 4 points on one joke, just layered in. He's so good, man. He's so good, yo.
Bro, I'm tripping on you right now.
Oh, what? Like,
I love the analysis, bro. You like John Madden, like, what you want to do?
That's literally how I look at comedy.
Boom. This is where the punchline is.
It's a weak fade on the left side.
Bro.
You got to exploit that and use it.
You out here explaining the offensive line to people, bro. Like, you deep with it, cuz. All right.
It's another level, yo. His mind is dope as hell, yo. I would like
so many years of just doing it, bro, and just that natural raw ability to just be fired like that. Like, that's insane.
I saw something. Kevin Hart was on LeBron James. They did the game last week. They basically streamlined on Prime. They watched the Thursday night football game, but they were in the shop doing it. So they had the game on one side. They had Kevin Hart, LeBron, Mark Wahlberg, I think came in. Not Mark Wahlberg. What's the beautiful guy who used to be on like Who's the Boss and stuff back in the day? What's his name?
Tony Danza?
Not Tony Danza. I'm sorry. It's the wrong guy. But they had a lot of celebrity people, guests just show up. And they had athletes come through. Okay. Deshaun Watson came through, I think. No, Deshaun Jackson was there. And
I didn't even know they did this. This is a great idea.
This was the first time they did it, and that job was solid. Okay. So, but Kevin Hart came full of they switched them in, so the celebrity would come, then they go to commercial break, another celebrity take this spot, that kind of thing. So they had a few people, but Kevin Hart made a statement up there. He was like, it's harder when people have expectation of you as a comedian, because it was like how if somebody goes on, he said somebody goes on SNL that nobody knows, and they're actually funny. It's like, oh my gosh, they killed because it was a great opportunity. But if I go on SNL, everybody expects me to be funny. So I need to be, it's a different level. It's different when people have expectations.
Nah, expectations kill joy. I get what they're saying. Like, I could definitely see like that added pressure because people know your name already. Mm-hmm. You got to keep it going at that same level. Right. Can't be no drop off.
Right. Yeah. And so when he brought that up, I was like, I get that. And it's interesting. But then my mind took me a little deeper. I was like, but on the other hand, I think personality gets you a long way as far as comedy and celebrity works. I think Chappelle, because of who he is, when he steps in the room and starts telling jokes, one, your ear's already more attentive. Two, you're already ready to laugh because you already know he gonna make you laugh. You know what I mean? Chappelle could tell a joke and you could tell a joke and it'd be the same joke, but because he told it and it came from that Chappelle-ish place, it would actually hit harder when he told it.
I can see that.
And so it's two sides to that, because I think with the celebrity like Kevin Hart, I feel like, Kevin, you go in the room. Most of the time, sometimes he be corny to me. But people laugh because it's Kevin Hart. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I think you win on both sides of that. But I just thought it was an interesting topic when he brought it up. And I was like, yeah, okay. I see both sides of the coin. So I'm always thinking about it.
I mean, so if it is a problem, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, facts. I want to get to the place where that's a problem for me.
Yeah.
I want to get to the place. But, you know, yeah, it's certain people. Like when SNL came on, I was sitting at the TV already like this.
Nah, that's facts. I didn't know he was hosting. I just got sent the YouTube clip.
Oh.
Yeah, so I got sent the YouTube clip. That's how I watched it.
Now, I was on an hour early. They ran it later because they were letting Chappelle host. And you know, Chappelle changes all the rules of whatever building he goes on. Him, Snoop Dogg, and Shaq seem to be three people who, no matter where they go, they just change the rules. Chappelle been smoking in buildings that he ain't supposed to. He be on stage with Lucy's. You can't do that no more. But it's Chappelle, you know. You can't do that anymore. But Chappelle goes to clubs and places. He's like, hey, only way I'm performing, y'all let me smoke a cigarette while I'm on stage.
That's solid, bro. You got more Chappelle impression, bro?
No, that was my first time ever in life. It's first time ever in life.
You let it go.
Hey, and Snoop be just smoking bud everywhere. This nigga be at the Oscars, the Grammys, the backstage, dressing room.
It's an honor to smoke with Snoop.
It is.
It's an honor.
It is. And Shaq just big, so he just gotta bend everything up and change the room. Nigga, I need a bigger chair, a bigger table. I need bigger everything. 3 niggas that change the room. But yeah, it's a lot, man. And I think that, you know, having Chappelle come do that moment, man, I think it just puts a little more butane into the comedy pulse, man.
Yeah,
comedians get inspired, and you need those inspirational moments for everybody because there's some big guys who aren't easily inspired, no matter how good you are, depending on the level that you're on. You know what I mean? So, but I think whenever the GOAT speaks, it's a great thing.
Nah, I rock with that. I don't know about how other people get inspired, but I definitely rock with what you're saying. Like, it's good to see people go up there and like just crush something. Yeah. Just crush a hard subject to crush.
Yeah. I love to see people. I don't have that jealousy part. Like, I love to see people do what I do well. Like, that makes me happy. I be like, yo, look at this girl.
Yeah. You got to be a fan first.
Yeah,
you got to be a fan first.
So in that fandom, who else got? Lil Rel got a special just came out. His junk straight. I'm gonna go back and watch it again. Okay. I watched it with my fiance. Yeah. And
what you think?
My eyes weren't tuned to the TV like they should have been. Let's just say that. Just being honest. So I gotta go watch it again.
I like it. That's how much of a fan of comedy Josh is. He don't put on R&B.
Nope. I literally get cheeks to comedy specials. Facts. That's crazy. Ugh. I might have a problem.
Snap,
I might have a problem.
Yeah, that's funny, bro.
Woo. But Deion Cole special.
Yeah. He just dropped his joint on Netflix. First off, I've been a big fan of Deion Cole since Comic View, like since way back. But I thought the special was more than solid. Like more than solid. Like I think just before this, he actually released a quick, like it might have been like 30 minutes. It was like the jokes that didn't make it. Did you see that?
Oh yeah. I saw it like that.
I thought those were fire. So I was that's a great way to plug the special. Like I'm gonna give y'all the joints that ain't make it. Y'all gonna die off that.
And you like
come over here.
Yeah.
That was really good marketing.
That's smart.
But like bro special was solid all the way through. His jokes, like you talk about jealousy. I always be thinking, why did I think of that? Like
straight up. It'd be so simple, but you're like, that was on the tip of my brain. Why didn't I come up with this?
It's genius.
It's genius though.
Like something that's relatable to everybody that everybody can rock with. It's right there. Like his stuff's always solid. I enjoy his special all the way through.
I'm gonna be honest. When he came out with the Undertaker music playing, nigga, he ain't come out to a song or nothing. It was just like, dong. And then walked out on stage, bro, and just looked around, clap it up, nigga. Just sound like death into the room. I was like, that's ominous. You gonna tell jokes after that? Okay. But he did. And then at the end, I understood why. Because the special was like a tribute to his mom who died last year. And so he was sharing about where he's been and depression and his life changing with his mom passing and stuff. And, he was very vulnerable with the audience, man. It was a dope moment.
I agree.
At the end of it. And so shout out to Deion, man, for going through, what the adversities he's gone through, persevering, man, and still coming out there on stage and killing like he did, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody looks forward to him with the I'm gonna try some jokes out. You know, that little thing where he
I wonder how he stumbled on that. I wonder if he was at an open mic, like had his paper out, and he just kind of stuck.
Yeah, and it probably was funny as hell in the moment. He was like, I'm gonna do it just like that.
I'm gonna do it on stage. Like,
That's probably how that came to be. I don't see it coming to be another way. You sit down and be like, here's my plan.
Because everybody, when you first start, try to tell you like there's rules to this. Like make sure you wear pants, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. Like, bro, we up here just talking shit.
Yeah, you make your own rules, and usually making your own rules is what sets you apart.
That's facts.
What helps you stand out. I'm that way. I retold a joke recently. Actually, the other night when I did the set, I had some comedians come to me after a show and a joke. The joke, remember we talked about the C word joke or whatever? Yeah. I said, ain't no comedians in the room tonight. Told it, bruh. Slapping. I said, okay, this joke is legit.
Nah, it's definitely comedic cops out here.
Right. The police, like, you can't do that. Who's that?
Yeah, bro.
This is my art form.
Who gets in comedy to be in the box? That don't make sense.
Not me.
Bro. That don't make sense.
Not me.
Shouts out to Dion. Thought the show was fire. Real quick, what's bro name? Neil Brennan. He dropped a special on Netflix. You catch it? If you had, I ain't gonna spoil none of it. But the whole, it's a show. It's a show. That's what I'm gonna say. It's like very well thought out. The end is gonna make you be like, like it's one of those like, I see how this all came together.
Okay.
Kind of shows, which is interesting to do in comedy. Like normally that's a movie short story kind of like storytelling vibe. Exactly. To do it in comedy, I thought was a brilliant take on like having another aspect to your show and having it come together at the end. I ain't gonna spoil it for you, but go watch it.
What's it on?
Joint. It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Neil Brennan. All right, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, he co-wrote Chappelle Show.
Oh man, good. I got some fresh content to get some pussy to later.
Yeah, I do. I knew you were gonna say that, cuz.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do a callback. I'm getting better. I'm learning.
Is that 2 points?
That's only 2. I'm not that legit yet. I'm not that legit yet. Yeah, everybody gets 2, but that nigga got 4. Good God.
That's funny.
Leslie Jones did a little interview recently, and she said something that I thought was very interesting.
Real quick, if y'all don't know Leslie Jones, she was on SNL for a long time. Funny black comedian. And she was in Ghostbusters, I think, right? Yeah. So, all right, go ahead. A little context.
Yeah, so I thought it was very interesting. Also a little, we'll see. So let's play. I'm about to play a piece of it, and let's check it out. We'll talk about it in a second.
I really was not being myself. I was really trying to be something else. And until one day, I was smoking weed with Keenan. And Keenan was like, man, you be having me busting the fuck up in this room. He was like, why we don't see this motherfucker? And I was like, because, I'm kind of ghetto. I'm ghetto and shit. The motherfuckers ain't going. He was like, man, this is the motherfucker they need to see. Yeah. So that's the person. So that's when I started catcalling Colin in the middle of the hallway. Like he would be standing there with Lauren and I'd be like, you's a fine-ass white motherfucker. Oh my God, I've never seen a white man so fucking fine. And they would just laugh and laugh. So I would get on the elevator with him and I know, cause he was always with Lauren. So whenever I would get on the elevator with him, I would just be like, so if I invited you to my house, would you come? And he would be like, Leslie, you can't do that. Like Lauren wants me to get some too. And Lauren would just start laughing. So it was just like, hey. And then I wrote my first update, and the first thing I said was, you delectable Caucasian. And that was it. That's great. Colin was like, yeah, we got to do something with it.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's crazy to me, first of all.
Oh, go ahead. It seemed like you got an opinion on it. Go ahead.
Yeah, a little bit. Because... all right, so let's just take it and flip it. And let that have been Keenan.
Let that have been Keenan saying that?
He's the one saying that. And he was harassing, what's the lady name off of Parks and Rec? What's the white?
Oh, Tina Fey?
Tina Fey.
Andy Poehler?
Either one of them. And he just said, basically my career was sucking, and then I started harassing my coworker. I started sexually harassing my coworker explicitly in front of our boss, And my career just took off from there.
Ah, man, I did not take that from that.
I know you didn't have to take it that way, but think about those are the events. And the culture in comedy right now is really, really like nailing down on men, sexually harassed, Louis C.K.'s, doing sexual things and being that way towards women.
Okay.
In a major way.
Okay.
But somehow it's okay for her to sit in an interview on live TV and say that she basically sexually harassed her way to the top.
That's a wild take, bro. I did not expect you to say that.
Where's the lie?
I don't know if it's a lie, but I look at it like you sound like a comedy cop, bro. Like you sound like the police.
I'm telling you because this is how people go.
Like the police.
I'm telling you this is how people
funny,
look
it's
at it.
funny. I mean,
I agree. You know my rules.
All right, if you saying if that's how people look at it, how did you look at it? Did you look at it like that? Did you look at it like she was saying she sexually harassed her way to the top?
Well, I'm a man, so
Okay.
I understand how that can be permissible, allowed, and be okay. I've been in those types of settings where women were allowed to do things that honestly men were not.
Yeah.
But in the culture of comedy today and the way that things have shifted, I don't think it's fair that she gets to say that.
I don't know, bro. I don't rock with the fair thing. Like, ain't no real.
But this ain't jokes. Now, this is not her on stage doing a set.
Right.
So
this is her just talking.
Yeah, this is her
the people
talking
around her.
and sharing in an interview. No, she's
But sexual harassment, bro, is contextual.
Is
it is, bro.
Okay, explain.
Because the way it's defined is what makes that person uncomfortable, right? Mm-hmm. If you are talking to somebody,
is it?
Yes, like literally, legally speaking. Like if you're talking to somebody and they feel comfortable with what you're saying to them, it might not be sexual harassment. Like you could put the veil over it that those comments might not be appropriate in a workplace, but their workplace is completely different from most other workplaces, bro.
That's true.
It's a comedic setting.
Right.
And if the other comics and people who write jokes around her find that to be funny, I can't then come in and be like, y'all need to look at this like it's sexual harassment.
I agree.
I can't rock with that.
But even in her interview, she made the statement, Colin made the comment basically, Leslie, you can't do that. Like, you know what I mean? It's inappropriate. Like, to him, to a degree, it was inappropriate.
Okay.
Because he said something. Maybe it was because the boss was there, because she said Lauren Michaels was there. So,
bro.
I'd love to hear how his tone was. He was like, Leslie, you can't do that. And the fact that, I think Leslie Jones is attractive.
Okay.
But the vast majority of society doesn't. I'm just going to say it like that.
Bro.
I'm just going to say it like that. I'm just going to say it like that.
Nah, I can't rock with that either.
I'm going to be honest. When you look at the comedians that are attractive, black comedians, nobody's going to mention Leslie Jones in their top 10.
Yo, okay. So what that got to do with what we talking about?
So I think
if she was cuter, you would be like, that's cool? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
So what you saying?
I'm saying that if there was a real possibility of it being taken seriously, then it could have been detrimental.
I guess, bro. What I took from it was somebody figuring out their voice in comedy.
I got that. That's the general message of it, of course.
Yeah, but
is that a question that should be asked? I'm not saying I have an issue personally. I'm thinking and speaking for the culture.
What culture, though?
Bro, if you're not aware, the comedy culture has done a lot.
We just talked about comic cops, though. Policing other people's stuff.
Policing jokes, yes. But when it comes to like harassment, like think about this.
Okay.
When people in a room and they tell a rape joke.
Yeah.
It's usually not received well.
Yes.
Most times.
That is true.
Across the board, it's understood, that's not funny, that's offensive, whatever. Try not to do that. Stay away from it. If you do it, it's got to be brilliant and it's got to be hilarious.
And most people ain't.
And most people aren't that great. They're breeding to do it.
Okay.
So there's certain things that are understood to be generally taboo across the board.
Okay.
You can agree there.
Okay.
Are you saying that sexual comments or things directed to a person of another sex, especially in the workplace, doesn't fit into the taboo category?
Bro, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is what I think you took from it ain't the message. And I
agree.
So I don't even understand the extrapolation of it. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the extrapolation of it is where I'm like, why even go there with it? If
y'all let us know in the comments how y'all feel.
you gonna cut me off
Y'all
with the
talk-
comments?
No, I'm just kidding. I do want to put that out there. I do want to hear the comments, but no, go ahead.
Nah, bro. The way I look at it is like, you could take something and like take it there, but to me, that's that whole comic cop shit. Like when you start policing how other people feel and how other people relate to what somebody means and intends to mean is funny. I'm not saying people can't get offended. People can get offended. They could go do what they want to do with the information. But the facts are that she took that message from Keenan and started being more herself, and then next thing you know, she on the news desk. Like, if they are that offended, like, the comedy overrode any offensiveness to it. And let's not act like there's nothing to add. There's no spice in your joke if it ain't got some offensiveness in it. Like, let's not act like that's not the truth.
That's facts.
The art of being a comic is making it so that it's digestible, right? So it's not too spicy. So you can actually eat what I'm giving you. But it's a tangle of some wild shit in there. Like, that's the whole point of the thing. So I say this. I appreciate even like the thought process, because like I see what you're saying. If we did flip it and make it somebody else, would the same situation rock?
Like that video went viral and nobody commented about the fact that she made that statement.
I totally agree.
I just figured
I totally agree.
But
to me, that's just the reality we live in. Like, I'm not sitting here fooling myself with a shade like there's equality. That's not what it is.
Thank you.
That's not what it is.
Thank you.
It's not equality. So
we went a long way to get there and agree.
Nah, I still think you tripping.
No. I'm saying I agree that there's no equality.
Yes,
let me
yes,
clarify.
yes.
This isn't my stance on the matter. I just brought up another perspective. That's not the perspective that I have. This is just,
well,
okay.
How do you feel about it then?
I thought it was legit, the fact that she opened up and was able to step into her like true self and then be accepted. I think Leslie Jones is very boisterous, but for her, found a spot, and weaved out that place for her was in that space. As well,
where I thought you was going was the idea of like ghetto-ness in a white majority.
Let's go there.
Comic area.
Let's talk about it.
Like, there are different rooms. Let's just put it like that, bro.
Facts.
If you are doing stand-up, you very well know this. There are people who move well in both rooms. Generally, the two different rooms I'm talking about, like painting a broad brush, are white and black. You know what I mean? And there's comics who can move their way in between both, and there's comics that choose their fence and they stay on that side. You know what I mean? So the idea of her being in that space and feeling like she couldn't be herself, I think that's something a lot of people would end up finding themselves struggle with. Even if it wasn't SNL, let's say we take somebody white and put them on A Living Color or something. Like, how would they feel? Obviously, Jim Carrey did his thing. Yeah, but you know, obviously, you got to bring up Jim Carrey. But, like, I wonder how many other people were in that space and felt like, might not be enough. This might not be for me. Like, all that, like, doubt talk in your head. Yeah. Like, that's crazy.
Are they going to get my funny? You know what I'm saying?
All that.
Understand
all
my
that.
jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to, like, that's why I thought the expression of screaming it out to the executive producer for the last, 50 years is affirming for her and her, yo, you here for a reason kind of thing. Like, we want you to bring what you bring kind of thing.
Right.
I thought that was interesting, but I also thought, like, the idea of, like, did I make a left turn where I should have made a right? You know what I mean? Is interesting too. So, like, there's multiple ways to like view this clip and feel about it. I appreciate you bringing up the other half of it, the thought process that other people might have, think pieces that people might write. Yeah. And I appreciate Leslie just telling her true story and explaining to people how she like had to find her voice, because
that's where I'm about to hang my hat, because I'm finding myself in that same space where it's like, all right, I gotta be more genuinely me and be okay with that. Because
what do you mean by be okay with that though?
Like, be okay with the difference, because looking externally from the inside, you don't see yourself.
Okay.
You see everybody else.
Right.
You don't know what you look like from the outside.
Right.
But being genuinely me and being like, whatever that presentation is to the world, I'm okay with that being what it is, because I like who I am. And so, like, in my social media stuff, like, I've been trying to do more stuff with my face in it now and actually be in the video.
You've been cooking.
I still do hella voiceovers and stuff, you know.
At Josh Ward Comedy.
Yeah, facts. Follow me. I'm trying to get my father.
Now, you've been cooking. I've noticed that. You definitely have been doing your skits and, like...
Yeah, I'm trying to branch out.
Put your face out there.
Challenge myself.
It's a tough thing to do. I think a lot of people who want to be funny might not want people to know about them. You know what I mean? And that's the ironic...
They do. They just don't want them to know until they're established and understood to be funny. They don't want them to know along the journey of getting there because it's questionable now. Like, it's like one video could slap and one thing be like, nah, he still got some work to do. And that's okay.
If you take all your work from that, and that's where that how you view yourself comes into play.
Yeah.
Because if you take all your value from other people's opinions,
right.
I mean, you bound to fail because, like, that's the interesting thing about comedy. Like, if you're not being vulnerable to a certain extent and, like, showing people your true self, it ain't gonna hit. You might be like dad joke funny, like I could tell a technically good joke, but sooner or later, the way you, like, connect with people is really emotional.
Yeah. It's
really emotional, and I don't think a lot of people get that.
That's an important part. That's why one of the last sets I worked on, my engagement bits. I learned that from that. When you throw out and talk about your personal life, especially in a good light, your crowd is already, like, favorable towards you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so using that type of stuff. I did a mic recently, a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And they did one of those ask you the question, you know, something about you, or, you know, when you got to sign up or whatever.
Yep.
And the question was, like, what's your biggest fear? And what I put was bombing in front of the host. I put the host name under that. Bombing in front of the host. That's my biggest fear. So the host got to bring me up and be like, his biggest fear is bombing in front of me. So they're already flattered.
Right.
They feel like, you know, okay, I feel special. Then the crowd is empathetic because they like, we don't want to be the crowd that makes him bomb and live out his worst fear. Like, straight up. It was brilliant in my mind. I said, that's what I'm going to put. I'm going to win the crowd and the host.
Unless you got Big Dick Megan in the crowd.
Big Dick Megan's going to make sure it goes right.
2 points. 2 points.
2 points.
Thank you.
Call back.
Call
back. Hey. We should get it. That's what I'm going to do. In the next set, I'm going to put a tally board for dope jokes.
No. You know what you should do? Like, this might even be an off joint. Your next set, bro, you should, like, after you do your jokes, you'd be like, that was a 3-punch. That was like a 3-point punchline.
Gauge my joke live.
Yeah, like, live.
Yo, I might try that. I'm going to try that.
Like, nah, that was a 5. Y'all rocking with the 5.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of like that.
I'm going to do that. That's funny.
Like that. That's funny. That was a good conversation, bro. I'm glad you played that. With some real.
So, yeah, man, you know, using all the things to do all things. But, yeah, getting the crowd on your side beforehand helps, like, making that emotional connection, making that humanistic connection.
Yeah.
And when you talk about your family and stuff like that, yeah, you know, you can tell some jokes and ha, he, but can you, like, make it personal like that and draw your audience in?
This is how I know you're really cooking. Even if you got 5 minutes. If you get quiet or if you, like, slow down and start to say something maybe a little poignant because you got a punch coming after and the room is quiet, that's the same as laughter.
Yeah.
Because they with you.
They with you. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm learning that so much.
Yeah, the silence is just as good as the funny. Well, in certain times. You don't want your silence to come after the punches. But, like, if you saying something poignant and rocking with it, you got them.
Yeah.
You got them.
And then you hit them with one and a tag on that jump. I love when they just flow from the hip, man. Them jumps be get that moment. It's
just
the best.
Boom.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, man. I think we had some great conversations.
Bro,
man.
that was super solid.
A lot going on in the world of comedy.
5-point episode.
5 points on there, yo. We're going to keep y'all updated. We're going to keep y'all informed. We're going to keep y'all inspired. We're going to keep you entertained, man. Y'all stay with us here at Comedic Calisthenics. I got it out. I almost I got it out. Follow your boy at Josh Ward Comedy. Follow him at
End All Doubts.
Yay. And we'll see y'all next time, man. Until then, peace.